Hello everyone, welcome back to FP Elastic, and in today's video, without any delay, let's get right into it. Today we'll be discussing about the predicted lineups for each team for game week 1. So as you can see on my screen, there's an interface. This is from the website called Draft Hound. It's quite similar to other FPL websites, but here you can get the predicted lineups, the player rankings, player scouting, fixture analysis, player comparisons, assistant manager AI support that will assist you in choosing your team, in making changes, and all of that. Earlier, it used to be free, and this is not a paid advertisement or any kind of collaboration. It's just that I used to uh, take advantage of this website in the previous seasons. However, they have made it mostly premium this time, but still, you can get access to the predicted lineups and few other features like getting the points for game week 1, predicted points for your team for game week 1. As you can see on the right hand side, there's a squad building section where you can set up your team and check for the predicted points that your team may get. And in the center, there is a predicted lineups. So first, we have got Arsenal. So as per Draft Hound, the predicted lineups will be Raya in the goal, then White, Gabriel, Saliba, and Calafiori in the back, Martinelli, Rice, and Odegaard in the mid, and Saka, Havertz, and Trossard in the forward. Now there can be alterations like Martinelli coming back to the position he used to play in the last season, that is in place of Trossard in the left wing. Saka and Havertz remain in their positions, and someone else like Thomas Partey, Jorginho, they can be playing in place of Martinelli in the midfield. Rice and Odegaard will still be in their positions in the dominating the midfield. Now in the back, White, Gabriel, Saliba is almost a confirmed choice. Now in place of Calafiori, Zinchenko may play, may not. Calafiori will mostly be the first choice, but still there can be rotation. Same goes for Martinelli and Trossard. If Martinelli and Trossard play for the same position, then one will be benched and will be subbed in later on, depending on what the position is during the game. Of course, for Arsenal, penalties will be taken by Saka, corners as well. Havertz will be equally involved in assists and goals because he had the second highest goals and assists after Saka. Then will be Odegaard. Martinelli, if he has a great season up ahead, he can be providing great value for money. And for Trossard, it's the same. And as you can see, the expected points for Trossard is more than Martinelli. And then Odegaard and Saka almost they have the same, but Saka, since he'll be playing up front, considered Odegaard will be playing in the mid. Saka is supposed to have more attacking threat compared to Odegaard. Now if we move on to Aston Villa, it's Emiliano Martinez as goalkeeper, Matson, Konsa, Pau Torres, and Dean at the back, Bailey, McGinn, Onana, Telemans, Rogers in the mid, and Watkins up front. Now Bailey played a great season last time, even though he was just around 5 to 5.5 million. This time, because of his performance, he has been raised to 6.5. Now, Rogers can be an equal such player along with Telemans this time, whose value as of now is very low, around 5, 5.5. But they can soon rise up to 6 or 5 from 5 to 5, 5.5 from 5, depending on their performance. And Rogers had a decent preseason as well. Watkins, even though he did not play a single match in the preseason, is supposed to start and provide great returns like he did last time, being the highest points getter from the forward section, even more than Haaland, since Haaland, of course, missed some of the matches. At the back, Dean, Matson, Konsa, and Pau. You can go any of these defenders if you want to, but still, it will be wise if you do not go with any Aston Villa defense, at least for the game week 1. Then comes Bournemouth. After the Solanke's depart, Jebison is supposed to start at the front, followed by Semenyo, Kluivert, and Tavernier. Then Christie and Cook, and at the back will be Smith, Zabani, Senesi, and Kirkes. In the defense, Senesi is the best choice, and as you can see, the expected points is also more compared to the other defenders for Bournemouth because he provides assists and goals. Up front, Jevison can be a good budget forward for 4.5 million if he performs well and like Solanke. Otherwise, Semenyo is also a good option. For game week 1, it will be advisable if you not go with any of the midfielders other than Semenyo or Jevison, and in the defense, you can go with Senesi. But still, there are other better options as well. For Brentford against Crystal Palace, it will be Flecken. Then in the defense will be Collins, Pinnock, Me, and Ajer. Then in the mid will be Jensen, Norgard, and Janel. And forward will be Mbumo, Tony, and Vissa. Vissa and Mbumo had a great season last time in Tony's absence. But Tony coming back from the first of the season will boost their performance because last time when Brentford played with Tony entire season, they had great performance and Tony will be up for penalties this time as well in place of Mbumo or Vissa. And he is a terrific player, of course. Other than that, No one from the defense or midfield is advisable. The only options can be Mbeumo, Tony or Wissa from Brentford. Then for Brighton, it's Steele in for goalkeeping. Then Veltman, Van Heek, Dunk, and Barco. Barco is a good budget choice for 4.5. Other than that, you can go with the Dunk or Veltman. Then in the defensive mid position will be Wiffer and Gilmore. Then it will be Adingra, Mitoma, and Minte. Since Pascal Gross has departed, Adingra, Mitoma, these players will be more involved. And up front will be Joao Pedro, of course. Terrific player, terrific goal scoring threat. Provides terrific goal scoring threat. Is amazing, and just for 5.5 million, you can of course go for him forward if you want to save some money or has low budget left in the bank. Other than that, Minte had an amazing preseason. Adingra as well. So Minte can be a nice differential pick this time. And Mitoma, even though he missed most of the matches last time because of injury, all of you guys who have been involved with Premier League know that Mitoma provide great returns the season prior to last time. Through his dribbling skills, goals, assists, he was amazing. Then the defense will be Gusto, Disasi, Tosin, Cucurella. Why there is no Reece James? Since he has pulled up an injury. Now it needs to be seen that when he returns, based on that, so Gusto. Then in the defensive midfield will be Enzo and Caicedo. Then Nkunku, Palmer, Sterling. And finally in the forward, Nicholas Jackson. Nicholas Jackson is a differential pick, of course. He did not play much in the preseason. He had, other than that, Nkunku is a budget choice if you don't have the money left for Palmer, who is supposed to provide good returns this time as well, hopefully. But he costs 10 million, and Nkunku is just 6.5 million. Sterling, you can also go with him as well, but his performance widely varies. So in place of him, Nkunku is a better choice. One other choice who is not present in the predicted lineup may perform well. He had a great preseason, better than Sterling and others, and he and Nkunku had the same stats for preseason. Palmer should be up front for penalties. Now it needs to be seen who goes for the free kicks. It can be Nkunku or Palmer or Sterling as well. For Crystal Palace against Brentford, it will be Henderson. Can be a good 4.5 million goalkeeper choice. Then Munoz, Chaddy Diard, Anderson, and Mitchell. In place of Chaddy Diard, it can be Mark Gay as well. Munoz is a great attacking threat, being a right back. He moves ahead. He possesses goal threats, and he's highly attacking. Then in defensive mid, it will be Wharton and Decore. Then up front will be Easy, Ayu and Kamada, and forward in the forward will be Edward. Schlupp may also be part of the final team, so you can try him out as a differential pick. Other than that, Easy is the obvious choice from Crystal Palace at this point. Other than that, it can be Daichi Kamada, but Daichi Kamada is again a differential pick. Even though he had a good preseason, his performance may not be up to the mark in the actual Premier League matches. Edward is also an option. And Mateta, since he just finished the Olympics, so he hasn't played in the preseason. However, if he plays in place of Easy, you can go with him also because he had a good scoring run in the Olympics. Then for Everton, the second best defense, even though their attacking part was equally poor, but still their defensive record was quite good. Second most clean sheets. Pickford, 5.5 million. You can go for him, but still it needs to be seen whether Everton can keep up with the defensive records and improve their attacking section as well. So other than Mikolenko, others aren't advisable. McNeil, Harrison, Ghana, Lindstrom in the mid. Ducore as an attacking mid, and Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin's performance needs to be seen, so not advisable once again. Other than that, only Mikolenko and Pickford are the two obvious choices from Everton at this point. For Fulham against Manchester United, we have got Leno, then Castain, then Bassi, Diop, Robinson, then Kenny, Lukic, Iwobi, Andrea Smith-Rowe, and Muniz. Emil Smith-Rowe's departure from Arsenal to Fulham has boosted Fulham's attacking section, since he is a good player. Even though he has injury problems, he's injury prone. However, he played well in the preseason as well and cost quite less compared to many players. He costs around 5 to 5.5 million. 5.5 million. So you can go for him as a differential pick. Other than that, Robinson is the substitute or on bench player you can go for from the defense. Leno can be a good option from goalkeeping, even though its predicted points is 1.6. He had the third best record last time in terms of points. Muniz can be a good differential forward pick if you want to save some budget or have very low budget left after taking Salah, Haaland, all the premium players. Andreas had a good season last time. Still, his performance needs to be seen for a few game weeks. Andreas will be up for corners. That's one thing. Smith Rowe may be up for the corners as well. Other than that, penalties needs to be seen who takes this time. For Ipswich Town, it's Muric, Tuanzebe, Wolfenden, Greaves, Davies, Luongo, Morsi, Burns, Chaplin, Hutchinson, and Delap. The only players that are advisable from this team are Davis for 4.5 million. He had the most number of assists, or the second most number of assists last time for in the championship. Around 18 assists he had. Then other than that, you can go with Omari Hutchinson, Connor Chaplin, or Wes Burns. Other than that, Chris Graves is a player you can keep on the bench, but you won't be able to rotate him much. Better will be Davis for 4.5 million, just 0.5 million more. So you can go for him. Hutchinson had a good preseason as well. Connor Chaplin is a good differential pick for 5.5 million. You can go with him. For Leicester, since Vardy has pulled up an injury, it will be Cannon up front. Then Mavididi. Mavididi is a good young player who costs less but has good returns in terms of goals and assists. Then Abdul Fatawi is similar. Then Chaudhary, Winks, and NDD. And Justin Vestergaard face Ricardo. And the goalkeeping will be Hermansen. The players who are advisable from this team are Abdul Fatawi, Mavididi. If you want to go for a player who will be playing at least for game week 1, up forward will be Cannon because Vardy will be absent. Other than that, NDD. Winks is one player you can go keep on the bench who most probably will be starting but won't be providing much returns. Abdul Fatawi and Mavididi are better options. Yeah, they require at least 1 to 1.5 million more. But still, they are better options compared to Winks. Then for Liverpool, it's Alisson Becker, of course. Then Alexander Arnold, Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa had a good preseason and should be the first choice over Ibrahim Konate. Then Virgil van Dijk and Robertson. Mac Allister, Endo, and Soboslai should be in the midfield. Then Mohamed Salah, Diego Jota, and Luis Diaz should be up front. Now there's something to be seen that whether Robertson starts or Tsimikas starts because Tsimikas played more matches in the preseason compared to Robertson and also had a goal to his name. But Robertson played only for one match and that ended up in a draw. Although Salah, Jota, Luis Diaz, all these main players didn't play. Alexander Arnold, 4.8 expected points, which is kind of obvious because of his attacking threats, his long shots, his free kicks, his corners. So he's of course a best choice in terms of defense. However, if you want to save 1 million, you can go with Robertson, who costs 6 million. Or if Tsimikas starts, then it's even better since he will cost 5 million only. Kwanzaa, if you want Liverpool defense in your lineup but do not have the budget for Arnold or Robertson, Kwanzaa is or Virgil van Dijk, then Kwanzaa it is because he costs only 4.5 million. In the midfield, you can go with Soboslai or Mac Allister. Mac Allister had a good Copa America. Soboslai had a good Euro, but both are like risky choices. Other than that, if you don't have the budget for Salah, you can of course go with Diogo Jota, who will also be always Diaz, who both of them will be present in the midfield compared to Salah. However, you cannot miss out on Salah since he is the best FPL asset you can have. Then it's Man City. It's Ederson since he didn't leave for Saudi Arabia. Then Rico Lewis, Akanji, Ruben Diaz, and Guardiola. Now Kyle Walker, since he was present in the Euro, didn't play in the preseason. It was Rico Lewis. Then it's Kovacic, Rodrigo. Oscar Bob was supposed to start in the absence of Julian Alvarez since he got departed to Atletico Madrid, but he has pulled up a fracture, and it's so unfortunate of him because he had a great preseason. Also, he scored 1 goal and 2 assists last time, having only 3 starts. So it was supposed to be his breakthrough season. However, let's see who plays in that position. It can be Foden, although he didn't play in the preseason. So most probably Bernardo will be taking up Bob's position and Kevin De Bruyne will be coming up in place of Bernardo, and Jeremy Doku or Grealish will be present on the left wing, and Haaland of course up front. Haaland should be up for penalties. Other than that, for corners it will be Bernardo Silva or Doku or Kevin De Bruyne. For Man United, Onana between the six, then Dalot, Lindelof, Martinez, Shaw, but now Lindelof may not be playing. In place of him, it most probably will be Matthias de Ligt, and in place of Shaw, it will be, let's say, Nazaro can play on the left back. Otherwise, someone else will fill up that position since Lindelof and Shaw will be absent. Casemiro, Mainu as defensive mid, then Garnacho, Mount, and Rashford, and finally Bruno Fernandes as a forward. Since Fernandes played as a forward against Man City in the FA Shield match in absence of Holland. The choices from this team will be Garnacho, Bruno Fernandes, of course, the first choice, then Garnacho, Rashford. Other than that, if Matthias de Ligt plays and he has a good time, then from defense in the upcoming matches, you can go for Matthias de Ligt. Other than that, Bruno Fernandes or in the midfield can be a good choice since he will be playing as forward, as a striker, as a forward. But if he scores a goal, we'll be getting points as a midfielder. And also, if Man United are able to keep a clean sheet, he'll be also getting that as well since he is assigned as midfielder. He will be up for penalties for sure. Then for Newcastle, it's Pope. Then Trippier, it needs to be seen whether Trippier or Livramento plays. Then it's Dan Burn. In place of Fabian Schär, it can be someone else since he has some injury. Then Hall. Then in the midfield, it will be Longstaff, Bruno Guimaraes, and Joelinton. And up front will be Gordon, Isaac, and Murphy. Now, if you guys do not have the budget for Isaac and want to go for a differential pick in place of Gordon, you can go with Jacob Murphy. He had a terrific preseason with 5 goals and 3 assists. 5 goals and 3 assists to his name, which is way more than Isaac and Gordon. So you want to go for a differential pick, and if he is able to continue his preseason form into the Premier League, then he will be the best 5.5 value for money midfielder in the game, just like Bailey did last time. And also he'll be playing up front, so he'll be getting points for a midfielder, once again like Bruno Fernandes. Other than that, if you want to be safe, then go for Gordon or Isaac. For Nottingham Forest, it will be Sells, then Williams, Milenkovic, Murillo, and Aina. Then Anderson, Danilo, Hudson-Odoi, Gibbs-White, Ilanga, and Wood. Wood had a good preseason. Robin Yates may be playing. Other than that, Hudson-Odoi, Gibbs-White, and Ilanga are budget choices in the midfield. Wood is a budget differential pick in the forward. Sells for 4.5 million is the only goalkeeper who has the most expected points for, as a 4.5 million goalkeeper. Since Nottingham Forest has a good run of fixtures till almost game week 8 or 10. Then comes Southampton. McCarthy will be between the stakes. Then Harwood Bellis, Bednarik, and Stephens. Harwood Bellis for 4 million is mostly present for all the managers on the bench. Then Sugawara, Downs, Smallbone, Aribo, and Taylor, and Armstrong and Brenton Dias. Brenton Dias should be is a 5.5 million midfielder and has the highest predicted points for a 5.5 midfielder. You can check in any website. And he is a midfielder, so once again, if he scores goal as a forward, he'll be getting points as a midfielder and clean sheet points as well. And Armstrong, he had an amazing season last time for championship, very undervalued and overlooked forward. You can go for him for 5.5 million in place of Joao Pedro or Woods. Then Spurs, it will be Vicario, then Pedro Porro, Romero, Van de Ven, and Spence. Van de Ven is a good 4.5 choice. You can go for him. He had goals to his name as well, and is a very fast player, very fast defensive player. Then Romero had a good Copa America. Then Pedro Porro had a great preseason, provides attacking threat, and costs 5.5 million. If you cannot have Pedro Porro because of that 0.5 million, you can go with Romero for 5 million or Van de Ven for 4.5 million. Then Sarr, Bissouma, and Madison. Madison is a good differential choice in the midfield since it costs around 7.5 million. So if you do not have Son and want to go for alternative, you can go with Madison, or for Kulusevski. He also costs around the same. Other than that, Kulusevski may start in place of Solanke or Johnson. But Solanke is supposed to start because of his better performance, belonging to a weaker team for Bournemouth. And Johnson is also a rotational risk. For West Ham, it will be Ariola, Kofal, Aguard, Zuma, Emerson, Ward-Prowse, Sosek, Bowen, Paqueta, Kudus, and Fulkrug. Fulkrug is a great player, provides good attacking threat. However, it needs to be seen how he adapts in the Premier League. Other than that, Bowen was 7.5 million. If he continues his form from last time and his preseason form as well, again will become one of the top high-scoring midfielders. Other than that, Kudus is a budget midfielder choice along with Ward-Prowse, who is very underrated and highly overlooked once again. Ward-Prowse. Other than that, no one else from the team. Then finally, from Wolves, it will be Jose Sa in the goalkeeping department. Then Doherty, Totti, Dawson, and Aithnori. Then Gomes, Mario Jr., Traore, Heechan, Strand Larsen, and Quina. Quina had a good season. With Strand Larsen being an addition, he may perform better this time because Strand Larsen has provided assists in the preseason, and Heechan had a good season last time, scoring goals, being a midfielder, and so getting points as a midfielder, although he played up front. No one from defense or goalkeeping section will be recommended since they'll be playing against Arsenal. That has to be kept in mind. The game week 1 fixture is and game week 2 fixture are quite difficult. So that's all from the video. We have gone through all the predicted lineups. I know it was quite long, a 26-minute video. If you liked the content, like the discussion, although it was kind of brief compared for all the teams, still if it was helpful, don't forget to support by hitting the subscribe button and dropping a comment. If possible, do like as well. Thanks for watching. I'll be coming up with the top captaincy picks video soon.